historical beats. You know it.
Hello, thank you for joining me for another episode of What's Cooking Wednesdays with Jay. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel so that you can get updates every time we start a new video. Okay? Thank you. So, today we are going to make restaurant quality chicken tenders. Okay? I always make these chicken tenders when I'm making, especially when I'm making chicken and waffles, or if I just want to make something quick for my 3 boys. So it's very simple, very easy. We're going to start out with cutting our boneless, skinless chicken breast. So first you're going to rinse them off. We rinse our meat in this house. So you rinse them off, take off all the loose skin or whatever. I've noticed that sometimes some chicken may have like a thin film on them, so you just pull that extra off. I'm sitting here cutting off most of the extra fat. I prefer not to have fat, so I cut those pieces off. And then what we're going to do is split. I have 2 pretty huge chicken breasts here. So these will make about 6 to 8 pieces, tenders. So you can also buy tenderloins. I prefer chicken breast. I just cut up my chicken breast. So we'll do it in about 3 strips. And then we'll turn it on the side and then cut down the middle to make it a little thinner, so you don't have this big fat piece of chicken in your mouth when you take a bite. So that's the size of 1 chicken tender. So they're not going to be very uniform. So once we put them in the deep fryer, we will put them in based off of their size so that they'll cook evenly and at the same time. So you split them, and then we're going to do the other one the same way. Okay? So if you ever notice, like if you just dip your chicken tenders in just flour, they don't have much breading on them. The breading is very, very thin. So today I am going to show you how to thicken up your breading and make them amazing chicken tenders. These chicken tenders, you can add great sauce on top of them, and the breading to be just great as well. So I'm going to cut that one. This one was a very, very large chicken breast. I don't know where they found this one at, but it was pretty big. So we're going to make a few extra pieces out of this one and make it stretch. If you have a family with children, you know, sometimes you have to make your food stretch, especially if you have boys. I've been blessed with 3 of them. I don't know if you just saw my husband in the background. But yeah, that was him. And we have 3 boys. So we've cut up the chicken breast. So when you're cooking chicken breast, especially with a coating, like a flour coating, you want to season every layer, meaning you'll season your chicken breast, and then you'll season your flour, and you're also going to season your egg wash. So that's the part that I'm going to show you. I think I'm going to cut these smaller. And cut this one too. So I'm going to wash my hands very quickly, and then we'll touch the seasoning. Okay, so we're going to lightly season the chicken tenders, very lightly. You don't need to add much because we're going to also season the other layers as well. So that was seasoning salt. I have garlic salt. Now you can choose whatever seasonings you like. These are my basic go-to seasonings. So you do seasoning salt, garlic salt, a little bit of lemon pepper. Now I'm not going to turn them over because, like I said, we're going to season every flavor. So we have lemon pepper, and then we also have regular pepper. So this is pretty much seasoned to taste. I mean, you can't really taste it, but I don't know how much to tell you to put in there, basically. So it is what it is. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make our egg wash. Very simple. You have a cup of milk and 1 egg. And we're going to season this layer as well. So with this layer, we're going to season. I am going to measure to give you a better idea of how much to use. So we're going to use a half a teaspoon of everything. So we'll do a half a teaspoon of seasoning salt, a half a teaspoon of garlic salt, a half a teaspoon of lemon pepper, and also a half a teaspoon of regular pepper. About. Okay? So we're going to whisk that up together and break that egg yolk, mix it in. So the reason why I add milk to my egg yolk is to make sure that to thin out the egg, because when the egg interacts with the flour, it'll expand, so it'll also separate from your chicken. So if you add enough milk to it, it won't separate from your chicken. It'll stick to your chicken as well. Okay? So we beat that up. And now we're going to add the seasonings to the flour. So the same seasonings, we're going to do a teaspoon this time. We have 3 cups of flour. We're going to add a teaspoon of seasoning salt, a teaspoon of garlic salt, a teaspoon of lemon pepper, and a teaspoon of regular pepper. Okay? Then we're going to whisk that together. We're going to whisk up this flour. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is add the chicken to the flour. Then we're going to put it into the egg wash, and then it's going to go back into the flour. Okay, I have my deep fryer set to 375. Once I drop my chicken in there, we're going to drop the temperature down to 350. Okay, that'll get that crust really nice and golden brown and crunchy. Okay, so we start here. You put your chicken in there. You don't want to overcrowd your flour, because then it'll get real lumpy and then your coating will become too thick. So maybe about, if you have, I think this is maybe about a 8x8 plastic container. So if you put 3 cups in there, I put like 5 tenders in it. So we're going to just flip them around in there. And then we're going to dip them in the egg wash, and then it'll go back into the flour. Okay? Now, in my house, we make chicken and waffles pretty much about maybe once a week. Definitely we don't go more than 2 weeks without eating chicken and waffles. It's just, I don't know. My boys like what they like. They're very easy to please. So, chicken and waffles. We also do fish and grits. I prefer shrimp and grits because it's a little more sophisticated, but whatever. And then we do fish and grits. We do that almost once a week. And so we dip them in the egg wash. You don't want to leave them in there too long because then it'll wash off all the previous flour that you added on there. So you do that, and then we'll shake them up and put a top on it. That's easier, nice and quick. So we shake it up, shake, 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 shake. And then we're going to just drop them into the deep fryer. And then you just repeat the process. And then I'll be right back to show you exactly how they look once they're done, okay?
Like a historical beats.
You know.
As soon as they come out the grease, we're going to add just a little bit more seasoning on top. I would suggest you taste yours first to see if it's seasoned to your liking. If not, you can always just add just a little bit more seasoning. And if you do it as soon as it comes out of the grease, then the hotness from the grease will melt the seasoning, and it'll blend all well together, and it'll be great. All right? So thank you again for joining me for another episode of What's Cooking Wednesday with Jay. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with all of your friends. You will not be disappointed, I promise. Talk to you later. Bye.